Hi folks, Calzonius here. This video is going to be a little bit different from some of my gameplay videos. I I actually just wanted to take a little bit to talk about the RLCS. I really wanted to talk about how I felt about the RLCS this year, and talk about just my thoughts going forward. When it comes to the regions, when it comes to different teams, when it comes to just the RLCS as a whole. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit of free play to give y'all something to look at while I chat about it. So a little backstory: I have been watching the RLCS since I want to say season X. It was the online series during COVID, when you didn't have regionals, you had regionals, you could not have majors. It was not possible to have majors. It was not possible to have international events, and you had all of the regionals were of course online. They are how they are now. um, and I really did fall in love with the esport. um, I became huge fans of the BDS on their rise. I really loved their play style. Of course, as an NA guy, I did enjoy your NRGs. Did enjoy your space stations. There was a lot to love during that time in the esport. Um, and I've been following for ever since then, on and off. And this season of the RLCS, I think I have enjoyed this season more than any other season. I really have. There have been so many fantastic moments this season, this year, and I really love how there was a beautiful bow that was pinned on it. That was the RLCS World Championship this year. I There's so many things that I want to talk about, and I'm not sure where to get started, but I'm going to talk about first. I think one of the most exciting things for me, and I'll bring back again to when I first started watching this. When I first watched the RLCS, and for people who have watched it before, you remember that really it was when you went to a major, when you went to a international event, it was okay, which teams between North America and Europe are gonna win? And the answer normally was Europe. Yeah, Turbopolsa existed, Monkey Moon existed. Just France had utter domination for a really long time. And if it wasn't France, it was North America. It was right there with them. And you had like a few breakouts in South America and Oceania. MENA still hadn't been introduced as a region that early on. It wasn't until a little bit later, after the online era, that MENA finally got some representation in international events. And I look at the state of Rocket League internationally, and I mean, what a change! What an awesome change! Are you kidding me? The addition of MENA to Rocket League, I think is a big part of why I think that Rocket League as an esport is going in the right direction. In a very short period of time since MENA got added into the RLCS, they've become a major region. They really have. If you have been watching international events, and you've been watching not just Team Falcons, and not even just Team Falcons and Twisted Minds, if you watch Team Rock during this Worlds, I think it was very clear and apparent that MENA is not just a one-team region. It is not just a two-team region. MENA has depth. MENA has so much talent. And that it could not be a more welcome sight for the esport. And I'm so happy that that's the case. I'm so happy that these teams are getting the spotlight. So much of the work was paved by old Team Falcons, previously known as Sandrock Gaming. So much of the work was paved out by philanthropists, basically, in the Middle East region, who believed in their region, believed in the esport, and really helped make it grow. I'm so thankful that that's the case. And it's not just MENA. It's not. South America, over the last few years, has really grown. And it used to feel like it was a one-team region. And even then, before that, it felt like it was a no-team region. And then Furia got on the map. Furia did what Sandrock Gaming and Team Falcons have done more recently, but Furia did it a few years back. And they put Sam on the map. Furia was a top 4 team, a contender for multiple seasons and Worlds. And Furia this season didn't perform as well. They did not perform up to the lofty expectations that they have put on themselves in international events. But that does not mean that South America as a region has gotten worse. Because when you look at how Team Secret has performed internationally, especially at the later end of this season, I think there's so much hope and there's so much to look forward to with South America. I really do. I think that Furia is going to come back stronger. I really do. Maybe they do a retool. I'm not sure what the answer is for Furia. But I think that Team Secret have a play style that works really well in international events. And they're finally getting experience. They're finally getting confidence. And they were popping off in Worlds. They had some fantastic moments. And, yeah, I'm so happy to see that. And it's not just those. That's the craziest part. People will look at Wildcard's performance and call it a fluke. And maybe it is a bit of a fluke. But them making it to top 6 just goes to show that for all of the memeing that the APAC region has gotten, and for all of the criticism when it comes to their work ethic, their mentality, and all of that, that's still, on a good day, the best player in the Oceanic region, the best team, still can beat some of the best teams in the world. And I could not be happier that that happened. I could not be happier that that's the case. Not just for the region, but also just for Wildcard. It's a team that has been around for a long time. They've been to so many different events. Torsas has been a veteran in that for a really long time. Super happy to see that from them. And I think that there's also already a lot of really good signs coming from the APAC region. If you watched how Virtus Pro played and how they performed in Worlds, they do not look like a team that you can just walk over anymore. They do not. They are competing. And I gotta tell you right now, Sphinx is the real deal. I mean it. When I watched them play, I saw a team against GK who, when Sphinx was on the ball against some of the best players in the world in GK, and GK is shown to be a top 4 team in the world at times, I saw Sphinx, a guy who is going toe-to-toe, if not looking better than guys like Joyo, Oli, and Archie. This is a crazy thing to say. This really is. Because I know that there's a lot of criticism when it comes to talent from outside the region moving into other regions. I know that there's been a lot of criticism when it comes to that. But I also got to say that as much as people like to say, like, oh, it's bad they're, like, taking over the region, at the same time, I think that I can be good for the region. They are, like, people in the region in a situation in which they don't have the level of competition and practice that a France, that a North America, that a MENA have. And this goes not just for APAC, but SSA, right? And SSA is a little bit tricky when it comes to that because Team FUT was just, from my understanding, just all France. I correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I'm probably wrong. But the point that I'm making is that when you look at what happened this past year with MENA, and when you look at how Twisted Minds did, and when you look at that, yeah, they had a Rise in Atomic, who were French pros, right? And they have gone over to the MENA region. But you cannot tell me for 1 second, I don't believe so, that their addition into the MENA regional scene did not help grow the scene. Just having that level of talent in competition, that level of talent around Nubo, that level of talent in competition for the rest of the region, I think it's really good. And the point that I'm making here is that I would honestly really like to see that happen in APAC. Now, logistically, I think that's more of an issue. I know that some European players could just play online from Europe in the MENA region. I doubt that that is as feasible in APAC. But I would really like to see some better talent. If not just like around Sphinx, I'd like to see some better talent in APAC. And I do think that Sphinx's teammates, and I want to say is Sosa and Catalysm, I think that they stepped up. But I would like to see more talent. And I'm really happy to see that we're having Sphinx. To me, is like how Yan was when he got his breakout kind of seasons in Furia, where Yan just looked like for a while, just looked like the best player in the world. I remember at a Gamers 8 tournament where I can't remember, I don't think if Furia won the whole thing, but when you watch that Gamers 8 tournament, like Yan looked like the best player in the world, and people were saying it. Honestly, from what I saw from Sphinx, maybe not the best player in the world, but he is a generational talent. I really do mean that. He is so good, and he's only going to get better as he gets better competition, and I hope that continues to happen for APAC. I really do, because I was really, really impressed with Sphinx's performance. So that's the first big thing that I'm just really excited about. I'm really happy to see other regions doing well. I think that the global appeal of Rocket League is now even greater. You're going to grow more fans when it comes to that, just globally. And I'm really happy to see that. And I kind of just want to talk about Rocket League, the game, for a second, and talk about why I think that Rocket League could be one of the top esports in the world. Rocket League, to me, reminds me, when it comes to its accessibility in the world, and when it comes to how easy it is to follow a game of Rocket League without knowing what's going on. But the more you get into the game, watching the game or playing the game, the more rewarded you feel. It reminds me of like a Call of Duty. It reminds me of a Counter-Strike. Because from a casual fan's perspective, you're watching indoor soccer, right? And then the only thing that you really need to understand from a basic point of view is that goals are good. If one team scores, that is good. If the team you're not rooting for scores, that is bad. As from a basic standpoint, that's all you need to know. When you compare that to other esports that have, like, when you talk about your Dotas and your League of Legends, you have CS scores, you have all these different objectives, you have all these different abilities and stuff like that. I don't think that sometimes people don't really realize how, in League of Legends, the biggest esport in the world, is not that new person friendly, you know? And Rocket League 100% is. And if you played Rocket League as much as I have, you also understand that there is a depth to the game that is infectious. And the more you understand the game, the more fun it is to watch. It really is. And I really hope that Epic Games, I really hope that the people who are in charge of the RLCS and the people who are financially supporting the RLCS in general, I hope that they really see the potential that Rocket League has as an esport. Because I think the sky is the limit. When you just talk about the game in general, I think the sky is the limit as an esport. I really, really do. Yeah, so those are some of my thoughts. In general, I'm really, really looking forward to next year. I'm really looking forward to. I don't know. I know a few of the roster change-ups right now. I don't know all the roster change-ups, but I honestly have never been more excited for a new season of RLCS. I was hooked after this past Worlds. I also want to mention, I'm so happy to see 1v1 get some attention in RLCS. I have been watching 1v1. I've been watching your Johnny Boys, your Fears. I've been watching those for a while. I think the game mode is so much fun to watch. And I really hope that it continues to grow. And I was so happy to see so much support for it. Just from the French crowd in general. I don't know how the numbers looked when it came to the stream and that sort of thing. I had a real treat watching it. We have 2v2 that's going to be coming up soon. This next season, and I really hope that goes well. And man, I'm not sure who was in charge of the last season of Rocket League. I know that there had been some changes made, but kudos to whoever was in charge of the most recent Rocket League season. They really nailed it. And man, I'm just so hyped. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for another year. I'm so excited to see what happens in every single region. And yeah, I just want to take a moment to celebrate the video game that I love so much. I really do. I love this game. I love playing it. I love watching it. And Worlds this past year felt like a celebration. And I was so happy to celebrate it. And I hope that we can continue to celebrate this game and this esport for years to come. That's it for now for me. I am Calzonius Gaming. If you watched, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, awesome. I hope you continue to watch my stuff, and I hope you continue to enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy making it. And that's it for me. Bye for now.